Welcome back to John Kleis Car YouTube channel, guys, where we have a Seat Alhambra all the way from France. Yes, this customer has actually got on a ferry just to bring his car over to us to actually have a Kenwood doubled in installed, because he's watched the other Seat Alhambra videos on our channel and thought we have the experience and expertise to get this done correctly and integrated right. Naturally, thankfully, we've come through with the goods. There's always that concern when someone travels from so far that you have a lot more pressure on you to get the job right and right first time without any issues, or generally just let down by product on the day. Sod's law will make it happen, but it hasn't this time. It's gone very swimmingly well for this Friday. Now I'm going to turn it up. Well, I'm going to show you what we've done. We put a Kenwood DMX8021, which you've probably seen on our channel, extremely popular. We've got the Seat logo on the screen, obviously, which we've uploaded. We've got this fully integrated into Seat Alhambra electronics. What I mean by that is the steering wheel controls all work as they should. And then when you put it in reverse, we've got the factory reverse camera working. And then if I actually start her up, so we get the moving guidelines. And then if I was to go forwards into a space, you're going to actually get the parking sensor overlay as well, which you'll also get in reverse. And then if I go to reverse and then go all the way back to hopefully demonstration the rear parking sensors, you're going to see the car appear on the right hand side. And as I come up to one of our many courtesy cars, the Nissan Juke, you're then going to see the actual orange light come up and get closer and closer, red and red, just like you would. Guidelines move with the steering wheel, just as they should. Now let's get out of reverse so I don't actually have this beep happening the whole way through. When you put the heater controls on, for example, you're going to actually get an overview of the heater controls come up as well. Now parked in a really rubbish position now because the sun's coming right through the screen, which is fine, I can see the screen, but I actually want to show you how the heater controls work. That's better. So now you can actually see the heater controls as I adjust them, and as I turn the heated seat on, you're actually going to get the seat go dark red, medium red, light red, depending on how hot you have it. So 3 bars, 2 bars, 1 bar. Really does integrate just beautifully, this system. Right, let's get out of this and actually show you the main features. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay now, so if I want to connect my phone to it, I go to telephone and then go to Bluetooth on my phone. We're going to search the devices, connected. Hit the Kenwood, hit pair, hit allow, hit yes on the screen. And then when your phone comes up, do you want to connect to CarPlay, get CarPlay, hit yes on the Kenwood. You only got to do this once, never have to do it again. And then after you wait a few seconds, Apple CarPlay comes up on the screen. The only thing I've got to remember to do when the video is finished is move the shortcuts from left over to the right hand drive. Then we can obviously have the shortcuts on the right hand side. Now the customer's got Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze navigation, music apps like YouTube, Tidal, Spotify, BBC Sounds, internet radio, everything you could possibly want. This is iOS 26 as well, so you can personalize it more. So we can go to customize icons, go clear, then go back, then go wallpaper, then go red, and set, and then you can have it like that. iOS 26 is a big update to Apple, to be fair. Customer's got DAB as well. Factory aerial is being used, that's why you're not going to see an aerial on the windscreen in this car. We've utilised the factory Seat antenna, so that will mean that he's going to get a lot of channels, because roof aerials are always better than windscreen aerials. Still scrolling, still scrolling, still scrolling, and out at the end. So you get lots of DAB channels as well. What we've done with the USB, we've actually mounted the USB-C in where the USB-A would be, and we've actually wired up the customer's aux as well, because they requested we still wanted aux to work as well, because he still uses it. So if I go to home screen, the AV in now is now aux for the customer. You can also put HDMI in and watch Netflix on it as well. But yeah, that is a Kenwood DMX8021 with a capacitive touchscreen, super responsive, not 1, not 2, but 3-year warranty on it. So extremely reliable product, which is kind of what you need when the car's actually going to a different country over the channel to actually go home. So we obviously want this to stay reliable throughout, which is perfect. Anyway, this is Connor from John Kleis Car Audio. This car's from France. That's a Kenwood DMX8021. See you soon.